What's up, everybody? Oops. Whoa. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stream today. So what I'm going to play with today is I'm going to try to make a Chico version of my pups. I'm not sure how it'll turn out, but I'm going to see. Just going to play around with it. Yeah, dude, don't plan on doing more coding stuff. Might do Webflow stuff, but probably no coding. All right. So I got these pictures of my little dog. By little, I mean huge. All right, so I'm just gonna start playing around. Riley, good to see you. All right, so his nose is definitely not a perfect circle. Probably more something like that. See, I want it to look like him, obviously, but I don't want it to look exactly like him. I want it to be more cartoony, like the Chico. Let's cut this one and bring it up. Maybe turn it down like so. Let's do the same thing for this. All right, let's get in there. What's up, Hemant? All right, so his ears like kind of go up and then down a little bit. So I'm just gonna try the pin tool. So it goes up, let's see, down like this, and then back up. Sorta. Let's round this point off. And this one, let's round it off too, but a bit smaller. I am enjoying the live stream streams. They're pretty cool. I'll probably keep doing them, at least for a while. I don't really know how long I'm going to do it, but I don't have any plans to stop right now, at least. grab those, cut it. Can you guys all hear me okay, by the way? Amrith, what I'm doing is I'm gonna try to make a little illustration of my pups. I feel like this should probably be smaller. Alright, so his face is not this wide, but should I keep it that wide? Just for like, to make it like more illustration-y? I don't know. Just round everything off. Yeah, let's try making them a little bit more narrow. Whoops. How should I do this? Maybe I should just take the pen tool and draw it myself. So if it's from right here, bring it down a little bit. And then maybe I could like, something like that. Let's reflect it. I'm hoping Chico HQ launches in the next like 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, that looks better. This one kind of looks like a pig now. All right, his ear looks a little funky still. Oh, sorry, got some in my eye. Let's get rid of these anchor points and just play with these a little bit. Or not the anchor points, the rounded corners. You can't really work with rounded corners as easily as you can just a single point. So what I usually do is unround them and then redo it when I need. So it like goes up, over, down, and up. Okay. So I think this would be the biggest. Well, I wonder if it should just be like all the way. That looks a bit better, right? Now, Riley, I was thinking I wanted to exaggerate his nose a bit. Because I think his nose is super cute, so I want to emphasize that a bit more. I mean, I think it's getting there. Let's wonder if that should actually be smaller. No, not liking that. All right, so I'm just gonna start adding some color. So his nose should be a pinkish color for sure. Hi, Laura. Let's see, his coat is like a whitish, goldish, brownish color. So let's see about that. So maybe more like golden brownish. That's probably a bit too much. It's a bit better. All right, what I'm going to do is copy this, and I'm going to get rid of the fills on those just so I have it in case I need it. Let's move it up out of the way. All right, so what I need to do now is connect these pieces so I can like create this shape. So let's just see about that. Where's that other pink anchor point? So I will do that, and then something like that. Cool. Do the same thing to the other side. Connect those and get rid of that anchor point. Cool, cool. Do I make SVG animations for the web? No, I do not, but that is something I want to learn. I've seen Logo Pizza. I've thought about doing something like that, actually. Dang. A school made 24 million the other day? That's insane. All right, let's connect these anchor points. Shoot. Connect those. Perfect. All right, what I think I need to do on this is bring this one down and connect those points like so. And then take this part, cut it like so, and then bring it down so it goes up above. Whoops. So this should be that color. Make sure I don't mess that up. Chico Pizza, Chico Treats. I bought the domain name Chico and Friends, so I might use that. All right, let's bring this down and connect those points. Boom. All right, and copy this over, reflect it. Boo doo doo, doo doo doo. All right, that's not quite lined up. There we go. Mackenzie's a badass. Why, thank you. All right, so this one, I need to make an actual shape. So let's bring it up, over, and connect it. And we'll send that to the back. All right, that's looking all right. I'm not really in love with the color. I'll just leave it like that for now though. So his eyes, let's make those white, like Chico's, and then put, let's duplicate this. Oh, the dog's name is Bobby Joe, actually. I just always call him Pups. Copy front. Let's delete that one. I mean, that's coming along. I don't think it looks exactly like him, so I'll probably tweak it a bit. But I don't know, I'll keep playing with this. His eyes should actually be like a golden brown, maybe. But he should actually still have some white. So maybe I'll do copy front, shrink it down, and then make this back part white. That looks better, right? Add some shadows. Whoops. All right, anchor point, anchor point. Maybe let's do one more. See how that looks. Yeah, maybe I should try making his face a bit longer. So maybe, let me actually undo that. This is not separate. Where's that? Here we go. All right, we could bring these pieces down. Well, and his nose. Well, and his eyes, maybe? And then just bring these pieces up. Or would his eyes be back up? Yeah, his face would for sure need to look longer. And maybe this part should be like less curved. Whoa. Yeah, that looks better. Maybe this should be a bit like... not as curved. Maybe I should get rid of... All right, let's try this. I'm gonna get rid of these handles so it's not curved here. And then that way I can control the curve just on the bottom handle. Envy Scorpion. No, these aren't for product line. These are my animals. I'm just doing it for practice. Well, the Chico one, this one is going to be for a future site, chicohq.com, where I'm gonna do like design training and resources and stuff. So that one is specifically for something. The dog is just because I wanted to. Why doesn't that seem centered? What is off about that? Something's off. I can't tell. I feel like I'm going crazy a little bit. Oh. Maybe these just aren't lined up correctly. No, I don't know. Let's bring the curve out a little bit. Oh shoot, keystroke visualizer. Sorry, dude. I forgot about that. There you go. My bad. There we go. Look at that face. I wonder if the bottom piece should actually go. Yeah, more something like this. I'm going to turn off the scale, stroke, and effect because that's going to drive me nuts. That looks a little bit better, but a little off still. Look at this one. Ooh, man. Wonder if this should, like, let me try this. Add anchor points where it meets the other lines and then delete the other ones. Yeah, I like that a little bit better, I think. Now should his like little lip parts be a little flatter or more curved? I think I like it a little bit rounder. Just because it's more like cartoony looking. All right. So I'm just going to do what I did before. And I'm going to save this one. And connect these pieces. So what I'm going to do is go like that. Connect those. Do same over here. Connect those pieces. Connect those. Connect those. And let's get rid of those extra anchor points. All right, so last two are down here. Let's connect these. Beautiful. All right, now let's connect. Let's make this one a full shape. Where's that anchor point? There it is. All right, so this will be that color. Let's send it to the back. This is the same, send it to the back. All right, let's grab these 2 points. Whoa. It's 2 little strokes. Let's make his nose match this one. And I'm gonna just copy these eyes. So delete these ones. Maybe I should just make them white. Like maybe not pure white, but like... and then I can do some work with like the shadowing and stuff. I think I'm gonna do something. Transform, reflect. Alright, let's expand this and ungroup it. Okay, now so connect it like so and send it back in between those layers. Hey Mackenzie, I've been watching your videos for a few months now and my wife decided to learn design. That's awesome. I love that. Well, tell your wife, Raphael, good luck. I think that's fantastic. Whoa, wrong thing, zoom in. See, I don't want to make it like too detailed. Whoops. Don't like that. I wonder if I should give him like eyebrows or something. Kind of like I do on these Chico ones. That makes him look angry. And he's not an angry pups. Not sure I like that. Let's play with his nose a little bit, expand it, add some like shadows to it. Maybe add like a little highlight. Whoops. What is going on? Oh, grabbing the wrong tool. Duh. And we will delete that and delete that anchor point. What's a bento? Interesting. Cool. I'm not sure about the eyebrows. Like I like them, but I also don't. Whoops. Transform reflects, do vertical, not horizontal. I think this is looking pretty cute. What about a light color for the eyebrows? Yeah, let's give that a try. Maybe like a darker brown. So it's more in line with like the color of his skin. Yeah, kind of like that. Something still feels off. Whoa. Ugh. I hate that when you round corners off, you can't change width. There you go, unless you change it back, which is a little silly. I think his eyebrows are throwing me off. What if they were more like cutting off part of his eye? But then what I could do is just something like this. Bring that down. I kind of like that actually. The two different eyebrows. Ooh, where should his eyes actually be? Should they be more up? Should they be more down? Oh, that's funny. I should leave it like this. Yeah, his tongue should probably be a bit wider. Actually, I kind of like it a little more squarish now that I'm looking at it. Nah. It's not like a perfect circle, but what's up? What's up? Copy front. So what I'm going to do here is add 2 anchor points in the center on top and bottom, and then subtract those, and then on one side I'm going to make it, oh actually I can just make it this color. Going to add some shadows. Looking a little bit better. Now let's do the same thing, add a little bit of shadow on his actual ear. Maybe something like, come down and like back up. Maybe bring it down a bit more. Or I should just get rid of this highlight. Yeah, the eyebrows are still off. Still need to tweak those. So that's some shadows like on his lip part. So maybe something like, bring it up like so. All right, this one's gonna be a little bit different. I think I'm gonna make this totally black and then drop the opacity. That way, the color is different on the white part. That's a wee bit too much, actually. Curve it up, maybe. All right, let's play with those eyebrows. Actually, you know what I need to do is copy ones that I didn't edit. Let's lock all these layers. So this is where his eyes were before. Maybe I should move them up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna do without the tongue for now. Am I self-taught, or do you have some sort of degree or course? Where do you recommend my wife starts learning? So I went to school for graphic design at the Art Institute of Colorado. But for like illustration and like web stuff, like coding and all that, I'm self-taught. I have a design course. She could start there if she wants. Another option would be to like learn the foundational stuff. If you go to designfordevelopers.co, it'll forward you to my course. These first 3 classes, the foundations and design mistakes to avoid, those are all free to go through if you want. So I would say start there and then do a lot of practice. Yeah, try to like recreate designs and just maybe do redesigns of like popular sites like Twitter and Facebook and stuff. I think that's a fantastic way to learn. And like try to inspect and like break down what designers you admire do. Pay specific attention to like typography and spacing and like visual hierarchy, like how they order stuff and like the space they use in between certain elements versus others, because that's very important, I think. And also Chico HQ will have a lot of this stuff. I plan on teaching a lot of the I plan on teaching everything, actually. Amrith, the Hustle t-shirt is from Sean West. Can you send the link, please? Link for what exactly? My course, is that what you want? That's not it. Is it this one? That was the same one. Here's that hustle shirt, if that's what you meant. I think I kind of like it without the highlight, because he doesn't really have one. If anything, he has a shadow. Maybe I should play with that. Obviously would not be that dark. What if I deleted those? Would that look better? Why can't I grab the anchor point? There we go. Let's bring up the reshape tool and just fix what I just messed up just now. I don't know, this feels a little weird. I might not go this route. Do. All right, let's add some shadows right here and send this to the back, and we'll group these shapes. Wonder if I should add a shadow on this side too. Let's group those. Send it to the back again. Try highlight on the inside to pop out the nose area. Do you mean something like this? Yeah, I'm not liking this. That looks off. Well, I think his lips definitely need shadows. So I'm gonna add that back in it at the very least. What do you guys think? Tongue or no tongue? Whoops. All right, no tongue it is. I feel like this should be even darker, I think. He kind of has like a shape for his eyebrows, but like not really. So maybe, I don't know, it just feels weird without him. But it also feels weird with them, so I don't really know, to be honest. Let's see, what did I do for Chico? Chico doesn't really have eyebrows except for like his different expressions. Like his basic ones, just like that. Actually, if this is Chico, I'm like putting way too much detail on the pups, I think. What if I did the same thing like this for his eyes? So his eyes are definitely gold. But it's just like a really little bit. Maybe this should be more pronounced. Something like... What if I do... Well, the like little crescent part is supposed to be like a little reflection, like as if like the light's shining down on that. But it does look weird with the gold. Whoops. All right, what kind of music should I listen to? Drum and bass, drum step, dubstep, electronic. These are your choices. Maybe some dubstep would get me pumped. Drum and bass. All right, let's listen to that. Where did I go to art school? I went to the Art Institute of Colorado. You went to the Art Institute? Nice. Wow. So let's try adding eyebrows, but like a different color. Wonder if they should be, see how his eyes like curved a little bit? Maybe that's how his eyebrows should be shaped, just like, that looks a little bit angry. Oh wait, what year did I graduate? I think I was 2011. I think I went in 2009 and I graduated in 2011. Because I only got my associates. What'd you end up going for, Alex? I mean, that looks not bad. Maybe they shouldn't be as long. I mean, this isn't looking too bad. This bottom lip should be still darker, I think. I have a bachelor degree, but debt, yeah, same dude. It's no fun. It was called Interactive Media Design when I got started. Got a BA. Hope they changed the curriculum because it's pretty bad. Well, that's a bummer. I heard the Art Institute is shutting down like a bunch of locations, possibly nationwide. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm playing. I'm playing my live stream. That's why that was freaking me out. I was hearing myself talk. That was weird. All right, I think his face is good, like for now. I want to try to make him like a little body too. So, how should I do this? All right, let's get rid of these anchor points and then grab the reshape tool. That way I can kind of like round off his belly a little bit. Design's looking awesome, by the way. Thank you. Appreciate that, dude. His body looks super weird. Maybe his paws throwing me off. And would his belly be like that? Let's look at his pictures. I wish this was a front-on picture of him sitting. Like, would you see his back legs when you... I don't know. Looks like he's wearing one of those cone things. I'm gonna ditch that for now. There we go. These would probably be darker, something like that. Yeah, I was trying to draw his back legs, but like, I wasn't going for his balls, guys. Those were attempt at his back legs. Obviously, I didn't do a good job. Come on. Go back, go back. Finally. Maybe this part should be like curved up more. Oh, look how cute this guy is. Front view. Oh, so his hips would be coming out, I think. Right? Interesting. Okay. So let's try to redo this. Justin, don't mean to interrupt you. What's your feelings toward working remotely as opposed to working in office at the beginning of your career? I personally love working remotely. Because like I did have to like sit in traffic and all that every single day when I first started out, and it was no fun at all. So I really do love working from home. Not sure if that's what you meant. All right, so his legs would come down. There we go. Why did my music stop? All right, let's get rid of this, make it a little cleaner. And also get rid of these points because that's a bit much. Transform, reflect. I was asking more if you thought it'd be better to be there when you're starting out. Well, yeah, I think like being able to like sit over someone's shoulder and watch them work is fantastic. Being able to like reach out and ask people for help like in office is pretty nice, but you can still do all that stuff remotely with like Slack and Google Hangouts and all those different applications. It's pretty easy to do that sort of thing. Not obviously, it's not as easy as working in an office, but it's still doable. Oh, and also, Justin, I would think it depends on like the individual person. Like some people probably won't do good working remotely. It's just like they do better in a office setting. I am personally very introverted, so I think I do much better like being alone in my office. But I think you can, yeah, I think it depends on the person too. His leg should probs be more in line with this stroke right here. That looks a little bit better. Should he have back legs? I'm not sure. Because like on this one you see his paws right in the back. Hey David, how you doing? Ryan Putnam is a fantastic illustrator, so that means a lot, dude. Appreciate that. I feel like his back legs are just too much. All right, so compared to before, I think that looks a whole lot better. Thanks, man. David, so what I'm doing is trying to create a illustration of my pup that matches the one I did of my cat, the like cartoony style. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is expand these. Let's ungroup it and then just add some shadowing. So not the whole thing, but just a little bit of it. I feel like these aren't quite lined up, but yeah, that looks better. So what I'll do is another shadow down here. We can match this one and send it back. Have you talked about sizing? For example, I would worry about overall shirts or art size or stroke width. I'm used to UI design, and that has always been used as a specific size. Should I worry about overall art size or stroke width? Not really sure what you're asking, man. Do you mean like in terms of like how you set up the document? Oh, I see what you mean. So yeah, if you just scale up the whole thing, it really depends on how you export it, because like if you export it as like an SVG with the strokes, it usually scales up fine and it doesn't look weird. But for example, if I were to go to Object and Path and outline the strokes, then the strokes scale up with it, and it can be a little weird. So if you need to scale up your illustration to match like a certain size in it, then it can throw everything off. And as long as you're using like SVGs, it won't look blurry regardless of the size you use. I usually, since most of the stuff I do is illustration rather than photography focused, I almost always use SVGs for my websites. And that means I can scale them up and down without it pixelating or any of that. But it would be weird if you had like one illustration that's like one size and then you scaled it up with like different stroke widths in like the same design. That would throw things off, I think. Oh, you know what? I lost everything I did the other day, so I should probably save this. All right, I'm going to select everything, object, path, outline, stroke, and then I'm going to group it all, and I'll send it to the back. Yeah, Amrith, that wasn't fun. Losing all my work the other day. I tend to forget to save as I go. Expand it. And group it. There we go. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is grab both of these and, nope, not that one. This one, there it is. All right, delete that. Who's the most famous person you've met and interacted with? I don't really know. Maybe Travis Nielsen from DevTips. He's pretty famous, got a couple 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, I really need to get in that habit, David. Saving it as I go. Select all these anchor points, cut them. Whoa. I feel like his lips are a little too dark. That still feels a little dark. There we go, that feels a little bit better. I think this is looking pretty good. Let's see where I started from. That's where I started from. This is where I ended up at. Oh man, that looks pretty funny. I think it came up fairly well. There's probably more details and stuff I could add. Maybe I'll do that, make a pig for the next live stream. Oh, by the way, I'm thinking about doing a Wednesday evening live streams around 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Would you guys be into that? I feel like not everybody can make a Saturday morning one. And also an extra practice session each week would be cool. I'm a mind reader, Amaranth. Um, I haven't done any during the day. I guess I could. There's not really any reason I couldn't, I don't think. Other than just like taking focus away from my other work. So I don't know. I'll think more about that. All right. I think I'm gonna end it right here, guys, because I've been going for almost 2 hours now. Yeah, responsibilities. Alex, I'm using the Blue Yeti. Yeah, the Blue Yeti mic. You can find it on Amazon. Blue Yeti mic. Here we go. This is the one I bought. It's pretty great. And it's much easier. I also have one of those fancy ones where you have to like have one of those like plug-in box converter things, and that's just a pain in the ass in my opinion. No, this one's just a USB mic, so it's pretty much plug it in and you're good to go. Anybody else have any questions or anything before I bounce? So my wife reminded me, the pups has a white patch of fur on the middle of his snout, so maybe I should add that. That looks pretty cute. Yeah, I like this. Cool, guys. I'm going to end it here. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Peace.